Hey fellow strivers, it's Triz here from the future. I recorded this all from a stream, and I just want to make sure you guys know that if you want to catch me doing this live, I'm going to start streaming probably Wednesdays and Friday nights. Come catch me live here on YouTube. Now let's get into the video. So what I wanted to do, I want to go over a few fundamental things. What you really got to know about Axl, your basic thing you really got to know how to do, is the poke. Now I'm going to actually switch this to a regular height character because May's kind of small. Let's do the man himself with his soul. So here we are, some basics you need to know about Mr. Axl Low. The real basic, what you need to know is your P, that poke. That poke does good amount of damage, and as you notice, you look up at the health bar, the closer you are, the less damage it does. So when I just did that to him, let's start over. Close I am right here, when I do that P to him, it just took away Guy, right? It just took away Guy a little bit. Now if you back up, full range, about here I think, look how much more damage it does. All the way to, well, Guy with the D, all the way down to the D. So the more range you have of these pokes, the more damage it does. See? When you get closer, it goes down a little bit, closer, it goes down a little bit, and like that. That's the same with the, I believe that's the same with the crouching P as well. Let's see. Yep, the further away you are, the more these things do damage. Let's see if that's the same with the jump S. Real close, right? Almost halfway through G. Let's see how far back. Yep, goes even a little bit more past G. The further away you are, the better his pokes are. So if you're full screen and you have a guy running at you, you can poke him. And the earlier you get that poke out, the more damage you'll do. But what you really got to worry about with that poke is lining up into a rinsing or setting up into a sickle slash. Poke's good enough, but if you can line it up and line up the rinsing right after, that really helps out. You can line up a lot of damage with that, set them up, and one mistake, instead of them just getting poked for it, they have to take a whole bunch of damage they really don't want to take. Let's say they're just jumping, right? Nothing crazy, no forced counters or nothing. So usually, if you can get this off, all right, just get the P off just like this, he bounces back, right? But if you can line up the sickle slash, the rinsing after it, like this, if I can get close enough, without messing that up, you can make him really regret being in the air. You can make him not want to be in the air at all. You can even line it up into more combos coming back to you. You can get him closer to you. Bring him closer, right? And from there, you can do a lot of things. But this is a basic little going over what you really can do with him. Some fundamentals that some fundamentals that Axl really thrives off of. He can try to engage with you. Make him pay for it. Boom. Make him pay for it like this. They can come too close. Come in here. That right there. Unless they're jumping, they can't really get out of that. All right. Some other fundamentals. Down S, or down HS rather, I'm sorry. That shit goes far. Look how far it goes. I'm way back here. It'll still hit him. Still hit him, right? That's about as far as it goes though. But if you're going to get somebody like Eno is very valuable to have the down, or have your 2H. You can really punish her when she tries to come in. Even let's make him do Vortex, that's right. Okay. So we're gonna do round start, just like this. If you can kind of get a read on what your opponent's gonna do before a round starts, if you kind of facing him, you know he wants to go low. Go ahead and get that going. Go ahead and punish him for it. I already started the round off good. You can just pepper in whatever else you need from there. But it's just, like I said, just a little fundamental thing that every Axl needs to know. That's a great way to start a round. I feel like Axl lives and dies by his round start. By how his round starts can dictate how this game's gonna go for him. Because if he can get the first hit and get them at max range at full screen, that's where you wanna be. Now, not to say that you can't do more and stuff closer to them. You can actually mix them up and do some things that they're usually not expecting. Let me get this out. Boom, boom. So you're here, right? Most people when they're here, the first thing they're gonna do is gonna do the rinsing. Right? First thing I'm gonna do. That's the charge move that Axl uses. Everybody knows about it. You can pop them up. You can delay it. Just like that. Go fast. You can bring them close to you. You can do your own little vortex and get them away from you. If they try to jump in, they get hit by that. It also sucks them in. Those are good for chips. When they're super eager to hit you, you can just suck them in. But what people don't know is that you can actually be pretty aggro with your snail. Your snail goes far. Look how far that is. That's already mid-screen right there. That's already in the middle of the screen. So if you do a jump air dash, I'll jump dash right in their face and hit them with the snail just to see what they do with it. Just give it to them. Because usually they think you're gonna go ahead and do like a jump S, and you can do that too. You could jump S into it and hit their toes, right? But I like to be so far away. It goes pretty far. Pretty far. It's kind of nasty. Let's say it like this. Let's do this actually. This is actually something I do quite often. Start around, get that off, run, hit the grab on them. Just think you're not gonna go in. Do a little shimmy. After you hit the grab, this is a great thing to do. Run in, snail. That's a great little fundamental thing that I do all the time. It's that fake out, man. Snail's not the most useful move. And I know people don't like it because you kind of leave yourself exposed when you use it. At round start though, with who is it? Let me think of somebody who does something at round start that I can hit this off of. Geos. Sometimes Geos or chips when they try to run in on something. And Geo's kind of lower than most characters. If you do this at round start, you can use your scooper ass up. But the best place to use it, let's say you get your command grab off, right? I run in, just like that. I think I'm gonna go for a grab off the wake up, but I don't. Sometimes I run in and back that. Oh, excuse me. Run in, back that. Oh boy, my fingers aren't working today. Run in, back dash, and then hit the rainwater. You can really contest a lot of land with Axl, with his pokes and different moves to keep him away. But you can't, if you don't already know, like I said, this is fundamentals. You can't do your ground snail this close in the corner and expect to get something off of it. See? That's not gonna work. You gotta know your range. Just where you wanna be for that kind of stuff. Everything you wanna do, a little bit closer. Everything you wanna do can hit. Your full wall break combo right here can hit this close. Other characters need to be this close. You can kind of do a lot right here. And that's almost wall break. I don't know why I didn't get it there. And hit him with that. Get a good 219 damage off that wall break. If you guys want me to do a video on just that, I will. But it's pretty simple. It's your regular, to me, your regular bread and butter. I'm not going into theory and timing on how I think Axl should be played. I'm just try to go into just the fundamental few things that I know that I do. Before I even go into like deeper stuff, I hit this stuff up to see what they can do. You can also start rounds, you can do round start with a P. Sometimes they'll jump back, you catch them in the sky. Eno jumps back quite a lot when she starts round to get in the sky and go for her little dive. You can start round up with low P or 2P and get a rinsing off of that. You can even get rainwater, not rainwater, I always mix them up. Your snail, get off of that. Here's not a basic thing, but it's a bread and butter thing. It's something that, to perform it, I think it might be a little hard for people, because when you're playing Axl, you kind of put yourself in a different mindset as a player, as in where you want to be as far as range. But you can, like I've said before, you can get in and do some things to him. Now, if you can somehow read when this would be appropriate, you can jump air dash and hit him with that air dust, and it's a big combo starter. You can do a lot with it. Let's just do the usual thing, and then we'll go deeper and deeper what you can do to it. Jump, air dash, dust, right? Good little hit, knocks him on his ass. Good little slow-mo, right? Now what you can do with it, like we already said, if you catch him in the air slipping, you can hit him with that P. You can hit him with the P and then to the rinsing. So let's put those two things together that we know. See? Kind of decent damage, right? Not bad at all. Now what if I want to do that combo and then add on to it and bring them back close to me? Okay, we can do that. It's not a problem. Bring them back in. What if I want to do that, bring him back in, and hit him with the close S? Let's do that too. What if I want to do that, bring him back to me, hit it with the close S, and then on their wake up, do my command grab, which is what I do all the time. Let's do that, see how that works. Uh-oh, my bad. I like that. If you have meter, you can even do this. See? You can do a lot, man. You can do a lot with just that little key. It's a bread and butter. I think it's more essential than your wall break, I think. All that stuff's good, but this air one, if you can get it off, knowing your range, because you can't be at full screen to do it, you'll come up short. Even if you try to delay the dust, you still come up short. You gotta be kind of a little bit, like halfway. Halfway's good. It's pretty quick to me. It's not faster than Ram's Jump S, obviously, but it can do some things to you. So you get that off. That's another one. The air dust is very, very fun to do. And you can even do this. I found this out 2 days ago. You can do snail after you do that dust counter. Look at that. And if you can do snail, you should be able to RC, right? And you can. I don't know how deep this goes, but if you guys see it and you want to experiment on it, or you want to comment and tell me, hey, I bet you could do this, try that, let me know. I'll try it real quick while I'm training before I get into actual floor games. See right there? That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of shit you have to deal with. I haven't cracked that out on nobody yet in any game. I labbed that. I haven't tried that in any game yet. Because there's too many factors that have to go in to make that happen. Like, they have to be trying to attack you so you can get that big counter off. And you have to have meter to do it. Usually with Axl, that meter, if you're in that position, hopefully you haven't already burned it using your reversal, or your super reversal on wake up. Because you need that, because you don't have any other tools to get out of heavy corner pressure if they actually get you down. The only tool you really have. You have a pretty quick 2K or 2K 2D. It's pretty quick. Or you can try to jump and get the air H off, get that going. And then you already use your meter, but you're kind of outside of the range where it hits. I've even done some round starts where I just do a high jump and hit down with that. Because sometimes they'll try to attack me, and just like that counter got off, which is artificial counter, it's not a real move they're trying to do. But when you're so high up, they don't know what you're going for. Sometimes they'll try to step in, and if they have some kind of decent anti-airs, they'll try to whip some things at you. And when they get hit by that snail in the air, that high up, it just hits the top of their head and gets them where you want them to be. A lot of his moves gets your opponent to where you want them to be, right there. That's where you want them to be. Let's see. You can also use your run dash. You can use your running momentum to make the 2S go a little bit further. Let's see. Jump S is pretty self-explanatory. Also, if they're jumping at you, trying to create pressure on you, you can also jump P. Decent, goes pretty far. It doesn't go as far as jump S, but I think it's a little bit quicker. At least when they're coming straight at you in your face, you can catch them. You can pop them kind of back like that, and it's kind of play keep away. Let's go over the different pokes. I only went over one big poke, but the other pokes you have your 6K. That's a nasty one. Get some big counters off that. You also have your 2S, more vertical, it's going straight up. You can sometimes hit Chip out of his drill attack with that. I think it's better just to wait a few seconds more for that drill attack to come out, because if you whiff it, you're fucked. Wait till he gets close enough to right about the way your shoulders are drilling, and hit him with your S, or your close S. Because it does pop him in the mouth. It pops him pretty good. If you can kind of see the animation, go over there towards the burst meter. It goes that high. And it goes right underneath where it says Saul bad guy, you can see it too. It hits high. But you have to let him like get really close to you. It works on melee good too, and Chip. Get that S going. You can kind of smack him. That's just some fundamentals. I can't think of any more. It's all about your geometry, man. It's all about your angles. Depending on what they're doing, Like you can kind of get kind of squirrely like that and think you're gonna run in, and then when they try to jump into you, start to jump in, 6K, pop right there. They're a little bit too high for that, 2S. They're kind of right there, middle of the ground. You want to start your combo off, P or 5P. And you can go into your rinse like I showed you in the beginning. Don't be afraid to jump into them with your dash into your air snail. Don't be afraid of that. You can hurt them like that, keep them back. You can make every place they play at a place they don't want to be. You can make low, under your low attacks, be a place they don't want to be. Okay, I don't want to play low anymore. I want to do stroke the big tree. I don't want to play low. I'm going to start doing my air bullshit. Okay, do that if you want to. You got the 6K, you got the 2S, you got your 5P, you have options. There's a lot of things you can stop them from doing. The game ends when you let them get to right here. You let them get there, the game is pretty rough. Very rough. For me, especially, because I suck at taking counter pressure. I've gotten a lot better, and I've started to like really work with it and start to FD. Tonight's goal is to do some YRCs, if I can. Let's go back, hold on. That's my goal. But when they get here, especially solo, if I can't get one of these out, or hopefully guard enough where I can get a K out, or a 5K rather. If I can get a 5K out and start this up, it might be something I can really make happen. But that's fundamentals. We're gonna keep playing the rest of the night. I'm gonna upload bits and pieces of this little discussion. I didn't go super into detail. See that's a little advanced. I don't even try to show people that yet because it's a mechanically harder thing for charge characters, especially if you're picking up a charge character. A lot of his stuff is very mechanical, and if you can't pull off the inputs, you're gonna feel like he's weaker than he is. But if you can pull them off and you know the timings, you can really punish anything for a very long time. Here we go, let's get it off. Look at that. 180, way over there. 180 damage, he's on the other side of the map. And what can you do when he's over there, the other side of the map? Hold on, let's just move him. Get over there, okay. When he's over that other side of the map, you can kind of do whatever you want. He's blocking low, hit him with that. The chip damage on this is so good, and people will let you do it. They'll let you do it to him for some reason. They'll just, yeah, chip me all day, I don't care. Especially with the blow up. That might be small, but that's chip damage. That's damage they're giving you for free. You don't have to do anything for that damage. You just keep spamming it. If they jump up and if you can read it quick enough, they're sick of taking those attacks, right? And you keep hitting with it. They're getting sick of that, and they jump up. You can still do your up of your rinsing, which pulls them closer. Hold on, let's get him to jump one more time. Appreciate it, Minnie. Hey, I'm glad it was helpful.